Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's the Guilty Gamer, and I am back with episode 10 of my Magical Painter series. I think the last time I did an episode, it was like a month ago. I did stop the series for a bit just because I wanted to kind of gather my thoughts and see how I wanted to proceed with the actual episode itself. So, if you didn't see episode 9, Zuzanna and the twins had just moved into their forever home. They had been saving money and they're finally on the property ladder. They were in an apartment before in the city, kind of like in the city center, which was like super cozy. Like they were living there for ages. But I decided, it was time for them to kind of get an asset. She did have to take out a bit of a loan towards the end just to kind of make ends meet, but that should be very easy to pay back, And so yeah, like this marks the beginning of chapter 2. It's gonna have its own little playlist. So if you want to watch this chapter in its entirety, you can find that just under my playlist section. And I'm also chapter 1 is gonna be in its own playlist as well. So if you want to catch up to see what actually has happened thus far, you can just again find that just in the playlist section. So this just marks basically the next step in their lives. So initially when they moved in, I was super happy with the house just because it's such a nice size. I really liked the color scheme. But to be completely honest, there are a few things that I kind of would like to tweak. So for example, having the cauldron in the kitchen, that's not something I typically do. So I definitely want to put that outside, even though cauldrons are super handy. And also having the planters inside, even though I like the way it looks, it's not something I'm really used to. So I'm trying to debate as to whether I want to keep them inside or not. I don't know. Also, the twin room. While the idea of having a twin room is nice, it's still not really necessary. I mean, there's no point in having such a big house if the twins are going to just be sharing a room. There is enough space for everyone. So I think I'm going to turn the room that Atlas is in into his room. And then obviously the other room can be Luna's room. I think I just prefer that. I would just prefer that just because the house, I don't know whether I just got too used to living in the apartment, but the house just seems too big. It's really hard to explain. I don't know. And it's been making me think of Wilbur as well. So if you don't know who Wilbur is, for those of you who aren't aware, he actually was the father of the twins who actually died of old age shortly after they were born. It is something that I was kind of thinking about when Susanna was looking to marry someone. I was like, oh yeah, I knew he was gonna die eventually, and I was considering prolonging his life, but I didn't really want to mess with the flow of the game. So she did become a single mother very soon afterwards. I'm just thinking that would have been nice if the twins had another parent there, just because Susanna, she does work quite a lot. So it would have been nice if they would have been able to build up their relationship with him in the meantime. But whatever. I said I might try resurrect him. There are a few ways I could do it. So as far as I know, I think there's a way to do it where you can literally add ghosts to your household now. Ever since we got the Life and Death expansion pack, I think you can literally just click on their gravestone, and add them. I don't know because it's been a while. He's been dead a while, so I don't know if that's timed out. I also know that you can use spells. There's the Necro Call spell, and then there's the Deathify spell. Again, I don't know if it's been too long. It would be nice if I could do that. I really need to get the Life and Death expansion pack. I don't know why I'm dragging my feet. It would be so handy to have. Just in general, it would be nice. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of sad. So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like it. So that's kind of why I want to take the twins to Moonwood Mill, I think, at some stage. Not in this episode, maybe in the next one. Just to get them all out of the house and getting them to explore other cultures. I think that would be really good. But for the time being, my focus is on money because obviously now that they're in a bigger house, they have bigger bills, they're gonna have property taxes. So Susanna's gonna have to stay on top of that so their furniture doesn't get repossessed. So that would suck. In the meantime, I do think as well I'm gonna get the twins to work on their vampire lore skill just because the annoying thing about having some kids, even though I think some kids is probably one of my favorite life stages, I think one of the really annoying things about having kids is that they can't really do as much. Now, did get an update a while ago where kids can build adult skills like violin, piano, and kids have always been able to build vampire lore skills. So I think that would be a useful skill for them to build because even when they do start school, that is actually going to be an elective vampire lore. So it would be nice if they had that already. It might help them in their studies in the future to pass their exams, their secondary school exams. So yeah, I need to get some books for them and have them start to study. It might get them to learn violin and stuff as well. I don't know. I'll just have to see. I would like them to be accomplished, ideally. That's the goal. But again, we'll have to see how things go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have Susanna go to the gallery just to do a bit of work. I tried to have her paint in the house, but I don't know, it's not really the same. It's kind of, I don't know, I can't really concentrate. So I'm gonna have her go to the gallery. I love having her at the gallery just because it feels like a second, it feels like a second home. She's there so often. Like it feels, yeah, it's nice. I always feel like super relaxed when she's there. It's like a slow pace in a very chill environment. Also, I think I might give the kids like another makeover because I'm not really feeling their hairstyles. Also, I think I might like give Susanna a haircut because she's had this hairstyle for some time, and I think it's like time for a little bit of a change. Also, I know that Susanna is a private business owner. However, I think it would be really good if she got more involved in the community. Now, I don't know how she'd actually even accomplish that. I don't know how that would work. Well, I think it would be nice if because even though like this is kind of an old save, the world I call it the Sylvan Quarter, like my new Windenburg. I call it the Sylvan Quarter just because all my magical creatures live there. I feel like it's not really as built up as I would like. So I think I'm gonna have her maybe do different things. Again, I'm not sure how she would do that outside of ownership, how she would influence. But like even for example, owning the local shop, for example, it's quite a big lot. But even her owning that, she could stock it with as many things as she wanted. But then again, she has her own store, so she might not need to do that. But I don't know. Now that we have the business and hobbies expansion pack, I like might be able to like do more things with it. I might be able to do different types of businesses. I don't know, like if she built her own little school or something. I don't know. I just wanna do more, but I don't know what exactly to do. It's like hard to explain. Yeah, but for the time being, I'm gonna have her. I suppose, yeah. I'm gonna have her just focus on making money. So I'm gonna have her put in. I'm gonna put in what are they called? The little ice cold, like the fridges, just because obviously when they build their vampire lore skill, they're going to be able to make plasma packs and you can make decent money from plasma packs. And also with the fridges, you don't actually have to ring up the customers, so they'll be able to just like serve themselves. So it's not going to mess up the flow of the store. They're going to be able to, yeah, she's not really going to have to do much. You can make quite a lot of money from plasma packs. I think it's like 50 simoleons a pop. And if I mark them up really high, I could get like up to 100 per pack, which I think is so good. I was also going to say that, if I do decide to do a vampire let's play, they could buy the plasma packs. But if you think about it, it is actually cheaper to just order them online. That's one thing I don't really like about the Sims 4 retail system. It literally doesn't make sense. There is no incentive to leave your lot to buy things. It's cheaper and more convenient to just stay home and order online. It's just so dumb. Like the only way that having a retail store makes sense is if you're selling things that are really difficult to craft. So, for example, gems take forever to craft, so it's easier to just buy them. Same with jewelry and paintings. I suppose you could say that as well if you like the art in the game. If you're into that craftables, because there's actually a benefit. Upgraded items, that's another one that's like really good. If it's not something that is unique or that's like saving you time and energy, it's pointless. Like it doesn't make sense to buy a sofa at a retail store when you could literally just buy it from the build by catalog. I think that's why people have been saying that The Sims 4 needs a hard mode. Like it kind of feels like the way the game is now, it feels like it's like the sandbox version of the game. Whereas ideally, it would make more sense if the game had a hard mode where like there was no build buy, for example, and you like literally had to buy stuff from other lots. The fact that you don't need to do that, it's like so stupid. So even if I had I wanted to buy plasma packs, it just economically it wouldn't make sense. I wouldn't be able to justify it in my head, so it would just be dumb. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, rant over. Yeah, I just kept upstairs like super simple, just mimicked it because like, it was just not, it wasn't that serious. I was gonna put the stairs there, but to be completely honest, it didn't really make any sense because obviously the staff room is off limits to customers and like obviously they wouldn't have been able to go upstairs because they wouldn't have been able to go into the area. So I decided to move the stairs out into the hallway and then put the retail counter upstairs. because it just made more sense. And it was a nice little location kind of out of the way. So that means I had like a little nook, a little room in the back. I think I might put like a little gemology table back there. I think that would be like a good idea, just in case Susanna wants to use it. I don't have any intentions of her making jewelry. Maybe down the line, maybe one of the kids, maybe Luna, she might make jewelry in the future, or Atlas. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't really sure what to put there. I was gonna put a bed, but I was like, I felt like that would kind of throw off the vibe a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna put like anything else other than the two fridges upstairs, just because I don't want the hassle. I'll have to see if there's anything else that's like self-service that I can use. I don't think there's anything else though. I think that's like it. Quick, easy, and simple, and I increase the value of the lot as well. So if anything happens, I suppose you can't really lose money with retail lots, so I don't think so anyway. Yeah, looks cute. Very quaint still. I was thinking maybe I could put like some activities upstairs for the kids. Like some instruments, perhaps. We put like a little apartment up there. I don't know. Like I'm actually not sure. So after this, I think I'm gonna have the other painters show up to do some work just to make a little bit more money. The customers are browsing, so that's like super handy. Obviously, she doesn't have any plasma packs yet, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Did I say I've been taking the family to Moonwood Mill? When I go to Moonwood Mill, I think I want to have them like practice their vampire lore skill there if I have the time. And then obviously they'll be able to unlock that and they'll be able to start fishing and stuff. So yeah, something to look forward to, which is super duper good. There's so many things I need to do. Like I really want to do like a museum. It's like a community museum, but I have no idea. Like I don't know what way I want it to look. Like I don't know if I want to get like super creative or if I want to make it super duper simple. Like I don't know what I'm gonna put in it. I don't even know. Like I'm gonna have to even like making it is gonna be such a hassle because I'm gonna have to like get loads of stuff and I'm gonna have to use like cheat codes and stuff. And I really don't like looking through the debug menu from the game. It just takes forever. So I might have to, it's gonna be a bit of an ordeal. So, but I'm not sure. Like I might put stuff in it for kids. Like I don't know. I don't know if I want it to be super sophisticated or if I want it to be a bit more family friendly. I'll just have to see if I want it to be mystical, and expensive looking or rustic. Yeah, I don't really know what else to put in the world. Like I have a church, I have a park, I have a castle. I kept the Von Hunt estate because I like the Von Hunt estate, to be completely honest. I actually really, really like it. It's one of my favorite lots, so I didn't really touch it. I have the ruins. I have a copy of the bar from Glimmerbrook. I might actually get rid of that because we already have the bar in Glimmerbrook. I don't need a second one in Windenburg. So I can use that. I can use that lot for something. I don't know what though. Maybe like another like castle, maybe. Or maybe like university. Oh, maybe university housing. It would be nice to have some university housing. And I don't know how the affiliations work in the game. It would be kind of cool if I had like an all occult or like an all spellcaster college. Yeah, maybe university housing. That would be interesting. I'll just have to see how things go. I'm excited about the trip to Moonwood Mill. I like hardly ever go there, so I think it's going to be a bit of a vibe. Hopefully, I see some locals. Hopefully, we see some wolves. And I might take them to like a bonfire or something. I really need to like do over Moonwood Mill because like it has such good, like good promise, but obviously it's not built up. It's not built up very well. So that's definitely something that's on my to-do list in the future. But yeah, I think I will actually leave this here. If you did watch to the end, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be releasing the next episode really soon. I am like cognizant of the fact that I've been taking like long breaks and I want to try stop doing that with my series. But yeah, like no, definitely stay tuned for the next episode. I think it will be like should be interesting, hopefully. We'll see what happens. I'll see you guys in the next one.